So with that bit of story, we find out who's really behind everything trying to get Ryu's sword, as well as what they're really up to. For our next level, it's a really short level. You can grab up any of the power-ups you want, as well as refill your force a little bit. I really like this upwards boomerang, because the first fight, you're fighting this Indian guy on a magic carpet. And the easiest way to really do damage to him is just to launch these boomerangs up at him. Remember, you actually have to duck and attack in order to use them. So dodge his projectile fireballs that he shoots out, and just keep launching these little boomerangs up at him. Now this is actually a two-part fight, as soon as you will defeat this one, we'll have another boss to contend with. Now, once that boss is taken care of, you can get a different power-up you want, as well as refill your force. For this boss battle, it's a really simple pattern for him as well. What you're going to want to do is, you can see he shoots in 3 different directions. He shoots low, medium, and high. You're going to want to jump over the medium and low ones, as well as then duck under the high one and deliver hits every other time. So you can see he'll go low, medium, high, then drop back down to medium, low, and then back medium, high. So he just keeps going up and down in the same pattern every time. So jump over 2 and duck under the highest one. So here's our final level of the game, and this one's definitely the hardest in terms of getting past it. There's a lot of different things falling off the ceiling, as well as a lot of jumps that we're going to have to make. Most of the level is going to take place on these different pillars that we're going to be getting to very shortly. Try to do your best to avoid all the spikes moving up and down as much as possible. Once you make it over to the pillars, you can see the gray area that you actually can go around it to get to the opposite side of the pillar. So you'll be able to tell what you have to do ahead of time. Anytime you can see one of those rocks about to fall from the ceiling, easily go over to that side and then immediately come back to the previous side in order to make it fall down and to avoid any damage from it. With the masks that are shooting fireballs, you can actually dodge them by staying attached to your far wall, in which case they'll actually destroy themselves before they're actually able to get to you. For here, just do the quick over and back, and make sure that the projectiles fall from the ceiling and that you're able to avoid them. You can refill your health a little bit, as well as pick up the upwards boomerang there, which I'm going to highly recommend you keep for the final boss battle of the game. Watch out for the guys, just like the ones from the skyscrapers, that will try to do jump kicks at you, and if you're quick moving around the pillars, they'll completely miss you with their jumps every time. The whole jumping does get a little bit tougher as you move through, but just take your time and you should be able to figure out the right opportunities and make your large jumps between pillars. Here, make sure you climb all the way up so that you can easily make it to the platform and enter the door for the final boss. So now it's time for our final boss battle of the game. He starts off by moving on the top part of the ceiling, going from left, middle, and right, and every time he stops, he does 2 lasers that go on the 2 sides. As you can see, it's very easy to dodge since the lasers won't be able to hit you at all as long as you remain within the 2 large steps. Every time you move, just keep launching those upwards boomerangs, and he'll be quickly taken care of and go to his second form. Now the second form is a little bit tougher. He still does the lasers on the left and right, however, in the middle, he shoots out fireballs. Now they move in the same arcing pattern every time, and you should be able to stand in between 2 of them as they fall to avoid the middle one doing any damage to you. Once that's taken care of, we have our final form. This one's definitely a little bit more challenging than the previous ones. We're still going to be using our upwards boomerangs as much as possible. However, he shoots 2 types of fireballs out. He shoots out a large cluster of 6 fireballs at once, which come at you in different directions depending upon where you are on screen. He then shoots 4 slower fireballs out at you, which are a little bit easier to dodge overall. Just take your time, and when you run out of your boomerangs, then start doing a few jump hits to him in order to deliver the final few blows to him in order to defeat him and complete Ninja Gaiden on Game Gear.